Jen, what do you say we get into it now?
Yes.
All right. We're going back to Jersey. It's official.
Yes.
It's official. The last glimmering little bit of hope I thought the movement had is now gone. I'm not going to stick around. I have people that I care about over at 1776. I'm not talking trash about all of them, but there's some key players that are letting pedophiles stay in camp, and I do not support that at all. I think all pedophiles should die. That's the cure for it. So I am not supporting that movement that they're doing at all anymore. I'm going back to Jersey. So until something else big pops off, if there's, anything that happens, I'm going to go try to cover it. But as of right now, we're leaving the DC, Maryland, Hagerstown, Bunker Hill, Beltway area, and going back to Jersey, where I will be going back to work as a contractor, and Jen will be helping me get around. And then my son will be helping me do videos about bushcraft, survival, and prepping. So that'll be our video genre until the next big thing.
In half a mile, keep left at the fork to stay on I-95 North.
But for right now, guys, we're going
Welcome to
back.
Delaware.
We're in Delaware. All right. So just so you guys know, that's the big news. That's what's happening right now. We're going back to Jersey for now until something bigger happens. But anything that's going on down in DC area right now, I have no interest in following as a streamer. So I think my time can be used better elsewhere. I'm going to go back
I-95 North
with the new motivation and a lot more knowledge and a lot more insight on people, and we learned a lot, right, John?
Yes, we did.
Absolutely learned a lot during this trip.
We met a lot of great people.
Oh yeah.
We had a lot of family. You guys as well.
Yeah, we made something awesome here with the channel. We made something awesome with the people, the friendships we made, the bonds that we've made for life. I mean, hello to everybody in the room too, by the way. I'm very sorry I didn't get to you. Hi James, hi Terry, hi Larry, hi Tetra. I apologize I didn't get to you earlier. But yeah, let everybody know we're on. Like, share, subscribe, like always. We're trying to what's up, Striker? Thank you for all the help. It was a great stay with you.
Yes, thank
Like,
you so much.
can't even explain.
Thanks to you and
Striker's awesome. Mike's awesome. Oh man, we got a tour of Mike's studio. The freaking thing is awesome, man. Like, you guys, yeah, you're always awesome hosts. We love you. Hey Jess, welcome to the room. Thank you guys. Again, if you're just joining, smash that like button, hit that freedom bell for notifications. But me and Jen are going back to Jersey. Our time is worth more up there, so we're gonna go back. But that's the decision that we had to make. I mean, we went down today. I actually got wind of a plan that somebody was going to set in play, and I went down to get ahead of it, and apparently I spilled the beans on it. So that's okay. I didn't expect it to happen anyway, just more empty promises. So that's the disappointing factor of this entire thing, is just been empty promises. If you want to get real about it, let's go do this, let's go do that, a lot of talking, and I could do that from my couch. So but I'm disappointed in the outcome. Did we make any strides to change anything? Maybe, who knows? Maybe some towns or some states that the convoy went through modified things in accordance to what happened to the convoy showing up, or bring awareness to it. But I don't know if it really was as effective as their original plan was to occupy DC like Canada did, until the convoy realized that that would be a federal offense, and their trucks would be impounded, their businesses shut down, and such and so on. So I don't think everybody really thought that through, and they thought more of like, oh, well, Canada got a lot of donations, so let's start an organization and try to do that and push our lobbying company. That's really all I saw out of that. Yeah, Freedom 2A, I'll hit you up. Kim Yo is in the room. What's up, bud? James. Yeah, so keep in mind, guys, I will, me and Jen do have plans on doing other things, and if we can, we're going to live stream it. We'll let you know ahead of time. We'll throw some posts up for you. Is it going to be an everyday thing? Probably not. I'll ask you guys if you want to see stuff like, do you want to see me at work? Do you want to see how I sling work all day and like how I run the company, stuff like that? Do you want to see more bushcraft survival videos? Do you want to see some prepping videos? Do you want to see me meet up with other streamers like 2A, like Freedom 2A, or drop by Kim Yo's house over in Cali? Do you want to see us travel and see the other part of the family from the Freedom Convoys? You guys let us know. I mean, I'm down for a lot of stuff, but keep in mind, we're going to go home and work and get some money together so we can actually, start doing some more stuff. We've been unlimited funds because we've been donated, donation, like you guys sponsoring us basically to go to all these places. So it's much appreciated, and really I can't tell you guys how much the experience alone has been amazing, and then the things that me and Jen have learned, especially about people, how fast people will turn if there's greed involved, or if there's other factors involved politically or motivated by other things. I don't know all the answers, so I don't want to get into all that, but what I do know is I tried to run things the most honest way I could during this whole time. I tried to stay humble. I tried to take it easy. I tried to learn how to deal with stress and things like that a lot better. But ultimately, I'm human, and we all make mistakes, and there's things I've said and done that I wish I knew more as a streamer back in the day, and it comes with experience apparently. So you got to learn the hard way. I'm one of those guys who got to learn the hard way. So anything that's happened, I got to deal with, but it's not that big of a deal in hindsight, because the reality of it is there's a lot more people exposed to this convoy because of what me and Jen have done, because of the people that have helped us get to the places that we've been at. If it's anything from just a small town diner and the waitress asked why we got flags all over our car in West Virginia, remember? Yeah. Just to be able to connect and to spread the word and to let these people know in these small towns in the middle of nowhere with no internet service that there's somebody out there trying to do something. And that's what I do have to give credit to the convoys and the people that participants in this, and the supporters, is I got to give you guys credit where credit's due. Like, we really did, like, I'm one of them. I really did believe that we were going to make a difference, and I really thought this is where we stand up, and this is where we draw the line, and I was kind of really disappointed. So yeah. It's disheartening. We did try, though. That's all I can do and all I could say is that we really did. We tried as much as we could, and we gave it our all, and we took some abuse, until everything happened that I said was going to happen, and all of a sudden, no one talked about it no more. But hey, it's cool. I won't, I don't have to get on that. I don't have to beat that drum. You guys already know, but in actuality, I don't want to go home without saying I at least went to the Capitol steps and screamed freedom. So, that's all we had left. What else are we going to do? Nobody else wanted to do that. Nobody else wanted to go down to that building or around that building. I don't know. I just went down today with Jen to prove that you could get down there and you could do something bigger and make more noise. Really, man, those activists about the pro-life or the Roe versus Wade, those activists out there were down there protesting. That was a protest. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what we were doing. We were making awareness. That's what I consider that, really. But I'm upset about the outcome. That's really what I'm upset about more than anything, is how it all ended, how the motivation died when the TPC was exposed for being fraudulent, and how these little side groups sprung up, and, as much as I wanted to believe in everything, in all honesty, I mean, you know, you got to come to reality and to a conclusion at some point that, you know, it's going to take hundreds of thousands of us. It's going to take 1 million of us. You know what I'm saying? It's really it's gonna take
In
all
half
of
a
us.
mile, keep right at the fork to continue on I-295 North.
So
Follow
this-
signs for New Jersey Turnpike Dell Memorial Bridge.
What really turned my mind yesterday is when me, Jen, and Stryker and Mike were walking through the mall over in Washington, D.C., and there were 700,000 fucking people in the mall. 700,000
Keep right
according
at the
to the
fork
news.
to continue on I-295
That's amazing
North.
that many people showed up for a day of independence, right? A day of independence.
Yeah.
And they couldn't come out to support the same thing that they were out there to support there. I just don't get it. I don't understand. Freedom, what's up, man? Read Stryker's comments. What is it? The storm? We know. Man, we got a breakdown on the damn weather before we left.
Yeah, she left us.
I know every little bit of that. All right, hold on, Jesus. Are you talking about that thing? All right, going towards the coast, North Carolina, Iowa, Indiana, that's what I'm saying. All right, are you talking about that storm we were watching before? It's going to cut up north now? What notification? All right, national notification. Heads up, everyone. Confirmed Direcio moving from upper Midwest crossing country. Make sure to pay attention to the weather. 100-mile-an-hour winds. Got to get the word out ASAP. So, guys, is that what you wanted me to read? Put it up there. I don't know what the hell's going on here. I was in the middle of a stream and I got... Okay, alright. Okay, so, what the hell was going on? I don't even know what the hell was happening there. I'm good, Freedom 2A, man. I got my weight up a little bit on the trip here. I'm like a solid 170. I used to be 190, man. That was when I was fresh out. Anyway, we're going back to Jersey, man. It just makes more sense than staying out here and trying to rely on donations. It's hard living, you know, like we're not living in hotels and stuff like that. This is still camping and, you know, or the generosity of other subscribers or people that we know or friends helping us out along the way. Like seriously, wouldn't be out here this long if it wasn't for the people involved, like old Uncle Bill and George and Stryker, Jimmers, and like really everybody that's reached out and helped out.
Yep.
It was just crazy. All right, yeah. So nobody really, yeah, that's what I was saying, Freedom 2. I mean, like, I don't know, man. Jen was the one thing I was worried about bringing DC, and like really my expectations of DC, the way people made it sound, like the inner city of it, when I was walking around the first couple times, it was a little rough because the convoy was there. But if you're not there with the convoy, if you don't dress up and all that shit until you get there, you know what I'm saying? Get yourself into a spot like all these other people do. They get bussed into there. You know what I'm saying? Like, be smart. Plan these things smarter. Don't go online with 16 streamers and tell them your next move. I'm just saying. I'm not an organizer and I don't want to be. But I just want to make sure, you know, the next guy or the next people that are trying to do this, think about it. You know? Hold a meeting and call it like a truck off-road, you know, extravaganza, and nothing to do with a protest or anything. Just get people that have a similar personality, similar thought process, are really free-thinking Americans. Really, that's what they are. Get them together, and then tell them about it, and tell them where to go and where to be at a certain time and date. You don't need to get online and tell everybody on Facebook, or make a YouTube video promoting where everybody's going to be a week ahead of time. It's just going to throw a wrench in it, man. You know, like, do you think any of these generals or any of these wars that were involved in our history, do you think any of these generals sent a letter to the other side saying, hey, we're going to come over around 3 o'clock, guns blazing, cannons firing? You cool with that? Can we get permission?
Oh, we have that one gun coming up in August.
Yeah, there's another 2-hour drive we got. But listen, there's a lot of things we're going to be doing still. Like, we have the Firemen's Convention, there's a big thing down in Wildwood, New Jersey that we're going to be going to, the Firemen's Convention. I used to go all the time when I was on the fire department, and even afterwards. We know a lot of people down there from over the years, so we're going to go down, hang out with them down there, and check out all the new equipment and all the new rigs, all the new gear that the fire department's using, and EMS and stuff like that. There's Bike Week the week before we were up too. We got to see how that goes. Let's see where I'm at. I'm going to try to bang out a little bathroom or something. Nice. That's cool, Striker. Thank you for letting us know all that too. Oh, this truck's gonna, yeah. Give him a little flashy flash. No? Oh, there you go. He came up on that car real quick. So, yeah, so guys, we're, there's not much else to talk about really, right? Just wanted to let you know that we were heading back. We're in New Jersey, so
New Jersey, guys.
welcome to New Jersey. Now it's going to be chaos driving through here, because that's how it gets. As soon as you get into Jersey, people start getting nuts. I don't understand what's going through people's heads sometimes, but they make some crazy
In a quarter
moves.
mile, keep left at the fork to continue on US 40 East NJ Turnpike. Follow
So-
signs for Atlantic City.
I just want to make sure that we get a couple other things out, like how it was an awesome pleasure to meet a lot of you.
Yes.
Like, not only the subscribers, not only the people, the supporters, the friends that we've made, even people at 1776. Like, shout out to
Continue
Steve
for 2
Horn.
miles.
You know, like, I got friends over there that we were hanging out with for months at the racetrack, and then, you know, things happen, and like, that group is not permitted to talk to other groups. And like, really, I had no way of communicating with anybody if they don't respond. So
We also do Freedom Squirrel, Red Squirrel.
yeah, shout out to Freedom Squirrel and the free, you know, even just Squirrel Team 6 in general. Like, as cool, as funny as it is, I mean, it's really the people and the personalities and
Polish Hag.
oh my God, just the entertainment. I mean, just the off-camera stuff, man. The real life people behind the cameras, you know? Like, just hanging out with Agnes and Jeff, you know, we got to know them. You know, everybody. I mean, I got to know a lot of the streamers, and as much as they don't want to admit it, we did spend a lot of time together. We were all in the same spot. We got to talk to each other. I didn't have any problem with any of the streamers until I talked shit about TPC going to California. And lo and behold, I was completely right about everything I said. So after that, nobody wanted to admit it, and they had like this hard-on about not wanting to talk about it. So I was like, that's cool. I was cool with it. At this point, man, I really don't, there's nothing else to talk about. I mean, I feel bad for the people that are still involved and drinking the Kool-Aid, but to me, that's it, man. I mean, like Striker's saying right now, yesterday was it. For me, yesterday was Independence Day. It would have been a great time to roll. You would have had 7,000 people or 700,000 people down there while you were, you know, while you got into the, you could have got into the middle of that group with a megaphone and started getting everybody going. That could have been the moment. I'm not saying that's what I would have did, because I'm not going to try to get myself in any kind of trouble. But no, Joe D's, I'm not going to quit streaming. We're going to keep streaming. If something happens around the area, we're definitely going to go hit it. You know, and if anything springs up, a massive movement for the freedom of our country, I'm definitely going to show up. I mean, me and Jen are going to go home and get some work done and make some money. and put some savings aside, so if things pop off, we can get there and we can, efficiently do this from now on. Because really, we came out here on the balls of our ass. Like, we were just nothing. We had nothing. And we really tried to keep it going as long as we could, because a lot of you guys wanted to see it keep going. And the reality of it is, it's over, It's over. The movement's over. Whatever they're doing over there right now is going to be hanging on to whatever's left. I mean, they got pedophiles in their midst. There are people, there are activists against the harming of children that are streaming down there, that are accepting right now of those two people there. Now, for me, if I was on camp and there was pedophiles there, I would have left immediately. I mean, if they're not leaving, I'm leaving. Sorry, I'm leaving. Like, I'm not going to be, like, when you hang with shit, you smell like shit. And there's no reason why we should be accepting of anybody like that. Your place is to hide in your house for the rest of your life. Because there's crazy people out here like me that don't like pedophiles at all. And if I catch you hurting a kid, I will do something about it. So, if that's around me, I'm going to get myself in trouble, or I got to go. So that's my facts about it. And I don't know how other people feel at the movement, but my advice to you guys, you know me. If you guys spent time with me, you know me. Get out of there, man. If they ain't going to leave, you leave. Show the movement who's boss. The people are the boss. The people. Not a sergeant or a lieutenant or, Chief Santa. None of them are the boss, man. Y'all are the boss. You guys are the movement. And without you, there's no movement. So if you don't want pedos in your camp, tell them to leave. Chase them out. Why are you letting them stay? I don't know. But after I heard that was confirmed, there was 2 people there that was confirmed child molesters. I'm not even. We're walking away from this whole thing. We want nothing to do with that. I know we had nothing to do with 1776, but as a streamer and as a freedom fighter, we are kind of the unintentional offspring of that, because they're what's ever left of TPC. We were with TPC till TPC was shit, and then we tried to get in where we fit in, and it didn't work out. Like, there's nothing really to fit in, because what I'm looking for is Ottawa, and they're trying to give you a 3-ring circus. But when I left my house, I was committed to being like, Jen, drop me off. I'm gonna do what we got to do to save this country, and that's where I was at. But I'm not gonna sit around and wait to go pass out flyers, or to go to a carnival, or to sit in a parking lot and sing karaoke. I'm not gonna sit around for that. And wait for what? The next ultimate blackout? Where nobody knows what's going on, and then all of a sudden, boom, you wake up and you're driving around on a highway again with your piece of shit car that barely made it down to the convoy in the first place. Like, cars to the point where people are spray painting them. Okay? I don't get it, man. $5 a gallon for gasoline. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Come on. You could have took that momentum when TPC first showed up. This is what I've always said, man. The first 2 days that they were there, should have went straight down to DC, jammed it right down the friggin' Beltway, right down their throat. Right down their throat. You saw what the rest of the countries were doing, man. I mean, Ottawa and Canada, they were blowing by the police barricades on the highway with tractors and shit. You know what I'm saying? Those were friggin' patriots. That's what I'm talking about. I don't know what happened down here. I don't. Honestly, that's not what I expected. That's not what Jen and I came down here to see. I mean,
we followed something totally different.
I followed Brian Brazzi's voice when he said they work for us. That was the damn message that I came down for. That's what I came down for. I don't know what it ended up being.
That's why we stayed so long at the Speedway.
I stayed at the Speedway hoping to God that one day it would have gained traction again. After you sit there and you try to make the best of a bad situation, and you watch those trucks roll out, and you watch those families roll out because they went through their savings, and the truckers had to go back to work, and the people that came in there and wanted to share leadership were denied leadership, and they left on their own accord. A lot of AFC, a lot of the other convoys that came from all over the country and joined in, they all left because Marcus and Brian and Chris Young and all them, they wouldn't, well, not Brian as much, but Mike Landis, absolutely. None of them wanted to share the responsibility of having all these people. So that's what happened. Everyone started peeling off. And then me, and as well as all the other streamers, we don't want the movement to stop. We wanted it to gain momentum. We wanted it to get bigger and actually become something. So what did we do? We didn't really focus on the factor of everybody leaving. We left that out. We talked about the positive things. We always talked about the positive shit. But we never talked about, oh yeah, another 400 fucking cars left today. We never said that. It was always like, everybody's like, oh, the parking lot's thinning out. We're like, oh yeah, they just went out into town for a little bit. They'll come back.
Yeah.
You know, that was hopeful thinking. That's all it was. I didn't know where anybody went because no one said, hey, Jersey J, we're going to leave, except for a handful of people. Everyone else just peeled out the parking lot when, you know, they realized what they were involved with. My job and Jen's job was there to be there to film it and show you guys. And we tried to do that to the best of our ability, and we got shit for it when we exposed the truth and we started talking about the truth, right? We got all kinds of names and grifters and this and that. We're not grifters, man. We really didn't take anything from them at all. We didn't take one freaking gas receipt. Not one gas receipt that we ever took. Nothing. They gave us one propane tank full of gas, and that was because me and Jen were pretty much tapped out when they were going to Cali. And Hippie Mama exchanged one of our tanks for a filled one because we were going to have no heat in that parking lot for the remainder of time we were there.
It was like 18 degrees.
So thank God to Hippie Mama.
Yeah.
I never had a problem with her. I never had a problem with any of them. They're freaking brainwashed to think that Jersey J's against the movement, and I'm not. I was 100% for the movement. I wasn't 100% for what they were doing with the movement. I wasn't up with that. That's all I wasn't there for. Other than that, man, the people involved, I pray for y'all. I hope you guys see it.
I was there for the movement too.
You know, put that Kool-Aid down.
But the fact that they had that in that group, there was no way I was going near that.
That's it. I was not going to take Jen around a bunch of pedophiles.
That was it for me.
Hell no. Or anybody who supported that.
Yep.
And that's what scares the shit out of me, is that there's a lot of people I care about there
Yep.
that aren't walking away from that movement right now due to the decision Santa made of keeping them there.
Yep.
If you know you got registered sex offenders living amongst you and their POs don't know that they're involved with a protest, I mean, Jesus, man. You gotta make a conscious decision, guys. Conscious decision. Like I've always been told my whole life, when I got in trouble, man, and the cops used to tell me, man, hey Jay, listen, when you hang with shit, you smell like shit. So even if I'm hanging out at the basketball courts, right, with a bunch of my friends hanging out at like 11 o'clock at night, and the cops roll up and want to know what we're doing, it's because 90% of those kids I'm hanging out with were in trouble. And they're trying to talk to me like subliminally and be like, bro, the more you hang out with these kids, the more trouble you're going to get in, or look like you're in trouble. So get away from them. You know? That's that message I'm trying to tell you guys right now if you're listening over there. I love you guys, man. I love you. You're part of my family. You know, we're all down here for the same damn reason. I just don't like the leadership. The leadership is what sucked about this whole movement. That's it. Leadership sucked, man. We needed highly motivated individuals. We needed people that were so sick and tired, they lost everything. Everything. We needed those people to run the show. You know? That's the people we needed.
And I hope some of the people in that group that we really care about are listening and decide that, you know, you need to move on. Get out of there.
Yeah. Yeah, Freedom 2A throwing up the pivel in the house. I see you. Yeah, pivel. Yo, but I'm saying, though, like, you know, even Justin knows, man, like, I didn't have fun growing up, man. I was harassed all the time because there was nothing to do in my town, man. We lived in this like mountain town. It was a tourist town. You know what I'm saying? There was nothing to do besides go in the woods and party and hang out, or hang out in your house and get in trouble. I don't know, but there was really nothing to do as a young kid around there. They didn't give you too much, so you found things to do. We hung out in the woods a lot, man. We built like little campsites or jumping pits, you know, for bikes and stuff like that. We'd BMX through the woods and make these huge jumping pits. But like, you get in trouble because you get chased off somebody's property, or you're cutting through someone's yard, they call the cops. It was always a runaround. But I never had it easy, man, you know? I never had it easy growing up. I didn't live in the hood. I lived in a suburb. But it was still like the suburb I lived in was kind of like the shitty part of town, you know? But I respected it. That's where I learned a lot of lessons in my little community there. I did a lot of stupid shit growing up too, and I paid the price for it. I paid every dime, every ounce of time they took from me for things that might be legal now, getting in trouble. Back then, which would have been a slap on the wrist now, is 5 years probation back then.
I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at that truck.
No, I know. I watched them. That
Yeah,
son
that
of
was
a bitch.
ridiculous.
But the facts are, man, whatever happened back in the day made me who I am today. So I don't regret any of that. I'm just saying, like, I don't have tolerance for any of these games anymore. I came down with the intention on fighting for freedom, and we ended up sitting around most of the time. I met a lot of awesome people, and we did a lot of cool stuff together. And I'm not knocking that at all. We made a lot of good memories, man. And like, who knows? Maybe one day that this is the beginning of, something huge, and we needed this to start it off. Who knows? Maybe this lit the fuse to that giant M80, that's gonna go off. But I don't think it's gonna. I think right now it's withered out. Somebody poured water on it. They put the fuse out. So how do we do that again? We're gonna wait until they put the mandates back on us. You're gonna wait till they muzzle you again, or come knocking on your door and jam that thing in your friggin' arm forcefully. Are you gonna wait for that? I mean, I don't know what to do.
Well, one thing that we can say is we've met so many people. We've had so many different experiences that we will never forget.
Oh yeah,
This.
once in a lifetime
Never.
experiences, like crazy shit you never even think of.
And we will be seeing those people again.
Absolutely, like people like Mona.
Yep, we're going to see Mona again. We'll see Nicole again. We'll see Sue Mama and Chris. We'll see you all.
Yeah, we'll
see
come
you
by.
again.
It's not a big deal for us to drive a couple hours.
Striker knows we'll see her.
Absolutely, sure. We still got to go up and see Freedom.
Yep, we gotta
Freedom
go.
2A.
Yeah, we're gonna go see that. We'll go see. Freedom Squirrel.
Yeah, we got to go
Red
back to
Squirrel.
Tennessee.
We'll see you guys again.
Absolutely. But the one thing that we can say is that everything was not a waste. All right, because we did really learn a lot. And the one thing that I could say we learned the most of is watch who you trust.
Yes, absolutely.
Watch who you trust, because people will send you down the wrong road and you don't even know you're going down the road because you're so focused on other shit. So just pay attention to your surroundings. Keep your ears open and your eyes open. Try to get your head out there and listen to what's going on. You don't just take one person's word for it. If you watch a video like this, even go fact check everything I'm saying. I mean, I'm telling you the reason why I'm done following the movement down here right now. Because number one, you don't need me at 1776. There's already a bunch of streamers there, so you don't need me down there following that. If something else pops off north of here or something like that, I can go catch that for you guys. But, there's no reason for me to be at 1776. Keep in mind, everyone brings it up in the chat all the time. Why don't you go talk about 1776? Listen, this is what happened. When I showed up, when the People's Convoy came back from Cali, and we did a huge convoy to go meet up with them and roll them back into town honorably, you know what they did? They blocked the fucking driveway to the racetrack so we couldn't get in. They blocked it for me. So those people that were blocking the driveway ultimately ended up being what we called 1776. If you don't believe me, go back in my video to where they blocked the raceway driveway, okay? And you'll see all the vehicles there that are at 1776 right now, including the fire truck, all of them, all right? So keep that in mind. Those people that blocked the driveway, they had a personal choice to make to park their car there or not. They didn't have to be told by anybody. They already had a mindset that they were going to block the driveway for me. So that's what I'm saying, Jim. So I don't want to be involved with people that don't want me around. Not to mention, David, Santa, you said you'd call me and you backed out of your word. And the one thing that I do not take from any man is when they back out of their word. When they give their word and they do not honor their word, you're a piece of shit to me. You're not out there to make peace and unity. That just showed me you're a bullshitter. So that's all I got to say about you, buddy. All you needed to do was call me, and we could have worked things out. I could have worked things out between you and AFC and any of the other convoys that were calling me and asking me if your group was legit. So you never called. You never said nothing. You got my goddamn number. You never called me. And if you don't, there's plenty of people over there that did have my number that could have called me. You got my email. That shit's on my YouTube channel. All you have to do is reach out. You never ever did it. You promised me you'd call me. You shook my hand like a man, and you end up being a pussy. You couldn't even honor your word to call somebody, so I have no faith in you and your group. I feel bad for the participants of it. I love them still. You know what I'm saying? But I don't support you anymore. I never did. I didn't even know who the hell you were until you popped up after TPC came back. You were like a Klingon across the country. It seems like you just clung on to TPC and they started liking you and they're like, you know what? You got an association to these PBs, so we're going to put you in charge. I don't understand where all that came from, because it went when they left for Cali. I didn't know no Santa. I didn't know you were a part of People's Convoy. The first time I seen you was halfway across the country on your way back, bro. You weren't there from day one. I was there from day two. I wasn't there from day one, but I was there second day in when half the trucks left because Mike Landis and Marcus and Chris Young, nobody wanted to share any leadership position and they lost their steam. Nicole, AFC brought in like hundreds of freaking vehicles and they didn't want to give her any kind of leadership position. Or any of the people in the panel.
Yeah, go back and watch that.
So half of them left. Half of them left. As they should have. Because they came across by themselves. They didn't need TPC coming across the country when they grouped up. So why the hell did they need to turn over leadership and all of their donations to TPC? That was one of the things. Your group had to turn over their donations and swear allegiance to TPC. Bullshit. Those groups founded themselves. They put themselves together, got themselves down to Hagerstown, and all of a sudden ultimately had to turn over their funds and their allegiance. What is that shit? So, and then not to mention, you know, I feel bad for a bunch of other victims, you know, the other victims that poured their money into this, the donations for this movement, thinking that, you know, listening to these promises by these leaders, right? These promises by these leaders, how we're going to go down to DC and we're not going to fucking leave until they turn this shit around. Who else heard that multiple times? Who else? I heard that on these streams, man. I heard it all. And then what happened? What? I see young 17-year-old kids doing burnouts in the middle of the highway on YouTube channels. That's more effective in getting more attention than the damn stop the cars for 30 minutes on a planned route. You know, I don't understand it, man. You guys could have did so much more. You didn't even get close to the Beltway. Like, I literally went to the spot that you stopped at. You weren't even close to the Beltway. Did it jam up traffic? Maybe, but you got minimal attention by the media. I thought the whole idea was to get your ass on the news so that way you can do all of the stuff, right? All of the stuff on tape for the media so you can get this out to the masses. That was the intention. You know, because MSNBC and CNN and Fox News and none of those assholes would come out and cover it. That's why we used to pick up the camera, right? So I'm just saying, like, if they won't come out and cover it, and it's up to us to cover it, then literally everybody should have a camera. You shouldn't start knocking people for videotaping and putting stuff on YouTube or Facebook with their opinions, because their opinions matter just as much as your YouTuber that you're watching. You know what I'm saying? I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it, you know? And I love the idea of the freedom movement, okay? I love it. It's awesome. Like, it should never stop. Everybody should be fighting for their damn freedom every day. If your boss tells you to put a mask on, bitch slap him with the mask, okay? Start making statements, man. Start making some noise. Start kicking up. I call it kicking up. Start kicking up. All right? Start in your backyard. Okay? Explain to the ignorant people in your neighborhood why they messed up. Don't just say you're an idiot for wearing a mask. Explain to them what wearing that mask is going to do. Explain it to them, all the research. You know that Pfizer, I think it's Pfizer, right? Stryker, they have 48 hours to expose every ingredient, side effect, and test they did on the V word. Did you guys know that? Give me the facts in the chat, Stryker. I apologize if I got anything wrong.
Pretty sure it's Pfizer.
They have 48 hours as of yesterday to expose everything that's in the V word, in their V word. It's got to be out tomorrow, she says. So keep that in mind, guys. When Pfizer fails, which they will fail to deliver. Do you know why? Because after they do, it's going to be a shit show. It's going to be a shit show. People are going to be like, you injected me with that? That purposely harmed me. There are chemicals and things in those V words that are unknown to the FDA. Do you know that? There's stuff they don't even know what to call it. So there's Dr. Malone, straight up, one of the creators of this thing, told you, don't get it. It's going to poison you. When a doctor gets on stage who invented the damn thing and tells you don't do it, then what? And if everybody and their mother's getting rid of this guy online, I still have mine up. My live's still up of Dr. Malone. You can go watch that. It's in my my library. R. Watson, Jen's dead. She's dead tired. I'm literally probably going to carry her in the house with the suitcase. Listen, Freedom 2A, no shit, man. And you know what the worst part is that we still don't know all of the effects that this is doing to people. All we know is the things that are happening. We don't know the things that aren't happening, because if you're not feeling ill at the moment, you're not getting it checked out. By the time you get checked out, it's already spawned into some other shit you can't handle. Laura, man, one of my best interviews I ever had, Laura. I can't believe that YouTube gave me a strike and took it down. And if they give me a strike for this too, they can kiss my ass, YouTube. I'm tired of you. If it all went away today, I wouldn't care. Laura was amazing. That is right, Stryker. You know why? Because she told the truth about what happened. And that's why they got rid of it.
Yep.
That's what they got rid of. They got rid of the most honest, in-depth military expose. That's what that was. And that poor girl was so happy that her story was finally out to the public, right? She was so ecstatic. She was trying to share it everywhere. YouTube knocked it down, took it away. Pissed. See? Stryker lost her father. That's what I'm saying. How many of you guys lost your people to it? How many of the people, the sheeple, right, that are still rolling around with masks, trying to promote the V thing, how many of those people lost people and they still haven't woke up? They still think it's just going to be the odds, like a roll of the dice, like the lottery. No. If you give yourself more shit, you got more shit to worry about. Who knows what's in that thing, man? We're going to supposedly find out from Pfizer. And they had a 42-hour disclosure notice. So they have to come out with it. If they don't, which they're going to fail to do, Watch them come around some corner, man. They're gonna do some kind of little circle, little around the corner thing, and not have to do it. Watch. That's what's gonna happen. All their paperwork, they're gonna get hacked by Russia.
And
Watch.
that's the other thing, though. If they do something like that, then you should be a little bit smart enough to know that they're obviously hiding something.
I think that if it exposes dangerous chemicals known to kill people, cause cancer, blood clots, anything like that, I think all of the CEOs, all the scientists, all of the financial backers of this Pfizer V word should be tried for treason and tried for murder.
And I think everyone
On every single count, that every single person died from that.
I think everyone that had to lose someone too should get some kind of compensation.
Absolutely. Let's bury them up to their neck and throw rocks at them. That's what I think we should do.
Yeah, that's good.
Old school.
Stoning.
Old school. Let's put a point across that if you're going to be big pharma and you're going to hurt people on purpose to keep your pockets fat, we're going to come for you.
You're gonna get stoned. That's what it's
You want to get stoned? You want to get us stoned? Watch what happens. Straight up, that's what we should do. That's my opinion. My opinion is take all those people and try them for treason and murder, because that's what they did on a global scale.
Yep.
Absolutely, more people were harmed from that. Absolutely, it's population control, and everybody knows it. Anybody who's a free-thinking person knows it. All right, if you openly sat there when the V word came out and you said, hold up, that was really quick. That was really quick. And people were, hey, you know, we're very close to getting the thing with V word. And all of a sudden it came out as an experimental drug. It was not FDA approved. It was not okay to give it to people on a mass scale. It was an experimental drug. It was approved for use under experimental use.
Yeah, that's why they were paying people to get it.
Yep. And they were giving people $100 in New York to go get the shot, letting you get free passes into zoos and water parks. Do you guys fucking remember this? They were paying you to go and get this thing. And not only that, they were conditioning you through the government paychecks that they were giving everybody. They were conditioning you to trust them. That's what they were doing.
And to keep
So
you
now,
inside.
what happened? People were reluctant on getting in the V word, right? Getting that little poke. So what happened is people like hospitals and big places, they made it mandatory that you get the thing or you don't have a job no more. So what are you going to do? You're going to throw away the year before you get your pension? No. You're going to sit there and do whatever the hell they tell you to do so you can feed your friggin' family, right? And that's where it lays. Some of these people didn't want to do it. I can't hold it against them. Some people were misled. Some people didn't understand. They're not sheeple. Not all of them are sheeple. The ones still running around with the friggin' face diaper on, man. Come on. You know? You should know better by now. Especially when you see so many people that were out there yesterday with no face diapers on, okay? No face diapers on. 700,000 people in that crowd. I should be dead. I have an underlying lung and heart condition. I'm like top on the list for getting that C word, okay? And if I get it, I'll probably die. Did I have it? Who knows? I've never taken a damn test and I won't take one. I won't participate in any of the project that they're doing with civilization right now. I'm not doing it. I'm not participating. And I stick to my shit. I don't care if we got to get on a plane. I don't give a crap. I'm not getting it.
Well, I had to take the test because I had to get my procedure.
Jen had procedures done. I'm not going nowhere near. You put a test near my face, man. And I said no multiple times. You better have me tied down.
What I didn't like was the fact that they made me wear a face diaper while I was under the anesthesia. That made me extremely nervous.
That's okay, because her doctor's going to get a rude awakening. She did a lot of unnecessary procedures. You want to talk about the corrupt medical industry? Man, do we have a freaking story for you. We'll get into that after the lawsuit. We can't do that yet. But rest assured, man, that this poor girl's been poked, prodded, fucking cut open, stitched back up, shots. I mean, you know, the fact that she's walking around right now is very lucky for me, man, because I don't know what I would do without her. I don't know how I would get by right now. I love her to death. I mean, everything that Jen helps me out with, even just driving this car, I wouldn't be able to get to any of these places without her. Because I don't know if everybody knows, Somebody tried to expose it in the chat the other day. I've talked about it several times. I don't drive. I don't have a license, so I don't drive. And Jen drives. So she's been driving me for work. So when we drive, she's part of the company. She's my driver. And when she gets hurt or has a surgery or anything, we're out of work. So a lot hit us at the same time. Besides those surgeries and all that crap and the accident, we had to deal with the C word. And that's shutting things down. Or jacking prices up to the point where I couldn't afford to do material or get my labor there. So I had to make a sacrifice somewhere. And it ended up me working by myself and killing myself. So you can only do that for so long.
Yeah, and Jay also has degenerated disc disease.
Yeah, so I don't talk about it much, but my neck and back are screwed up beyond belief too. I have no one to sue. It happened for me over the years, bashing my body, doing jackass shit. You know, hurting myself, make a laugh. But now it's, you know, now I gotta suffer for it. All those, you know, accidents on a bike or, you know, jumping off of cars or, you know, jumping off bridges into water and hitting the ground, whatever. All that screwed me up. Guys, check out Freedom 2A's site and subscribe if you want to be a participant in his giveaway. He's got some cool stuff that he's going to be giving away. So you definitely want to be a part of that. What number subscriber are you going to be giving away? Are you going to raffle it off after a certain number, Aaron? I know, Striker, it is though. We think the same. I mean, even last night with that, you know, entitled young kid who was trying to push you down. No, so here's the deal, Diane. I mean, I've done that mistake and I've gotten in trouble for it. You know, I do have multiple driving on a suspended. I have like 2 of them because I had to get back. This is like 10, 15 years ago. The asshole on the line. But yeah, you know, Jen has been a blessing because when we actually first started dating, that's when all this happened, where I lost my license. So Jen made a huge commitment and said, you know, I'd help you out. And I was like, let's start a construction company, and that was going great until the C word hit. Really threw a wrench in our plan. Jen was injured around the same time in an accident, and you know, between cancellations because people wanted me to wear a face diaper or ask if I was V-word, and that shouldn't matter because my quality of work is going to change if I get a V-word or not, or if I have an M-word on my face or not. So the point lies in, you know, everything that I did, I struggled for a while, and I sat on Facebook and I made videos and I spoke at protests and I spoke at rallies. You know what I'm saying? I did a lot of work before you guys ever saw me on YouTube. I put a lot of work into this. You can ask Jen Rogers and Heather Darling from New Jersey. They're organizers up there for these events. You can talk to them and they'll tell you. I've spoken at their rallies and I've actually helped organize things and security, stuff like that. And I came into this and didn't want that responsibility. I just wanted to show what was going on from my point of view, from a participant's point of view, in a tent, living as a supporter. That was my main thing, is to show the point of view. So I'm hoping I got that across. I'm hoping I got the struggle that people really had to go through. The sadness of having to watch people you saw sit there and really believe in something you thought was going to happen. You have to watch the tears in their eyes when they have to go home because they ran out of money, or their mortgage is like 3 months behind, or their kids coming out of college and they need to go back home and you got to take care of them, or grandma had a stroke and you got to go home and take care of her. You know what I'm saying? Like, people have responsibilities. Like my son, he's done with summer classes, so I'm going to go home and spend a lot of time with him. It just happens to fall at the same time, you know? But my son was busy, so I didn't want to intrude on his summer and his life, but with all my bullshit. You know what I'm saying? He came down and checked it out, and I exposed him to the truth, and I showed him that there are people out here that are willing to fight for their country. You know? And just organizing is the problem. Organizing all these people. Everyone wanted to be a chief, but no one wanted to get smoked as the leader. No one wanted to get in trouble as the leader. So what they do, they split it all up, and they said everyone's the leader. No. Everyone had to follow the rules of a couple people, and that's the exact thing we're fighting, guys. It should be everybody's voice, and it wasn't. It never was over there. Never was at TPC. Anywhere you go with these things, it's just, you know, you can speak to the organizers all you want. The only one who made any damn sense at all, and who really thought from a supporter's level, was Nicole Robinson and Soup Mama. Those two were at a supporter level. They didn't come there as organizers. Well, Nicole did. But Soup Mama came in. She was thrown into position. You know what I'm saying? She didn't ask for that responsibility. Brian Brazzi dropped it on her lap, you know? But she did something with it. You know, she got a following now. And there are people that are going to follow her and hear her voice. And she's going to talk about the events that are coming up. And it's exposure to the mass public. Even if it's 50 to 100 to 200 people at a time, Soup Mama's actually out there fucking doing something and saying something. Nicole Robinson's out there doing something and saying something about the cause in a positive manner. They're not focusing on, you know, what everybody else is doing and talking about their bullshit. They're out there trying to spread the word in the best way they can. And you can't knock them, man. They really did to their last breath at that lot. They really tried the best they could. You know what I'm saying? But the other people, the spawn-off groups, you know? Those groups that popped off after TPC broke up, all right? All the other side groups, like AFC was around way before TPC in Hagerstown. AFC was around, and they came to Hagerstown to join up with TPC and couldn't successfully make that bond. That's what screwed everything up. And then they were outcasted because they didn't want to believe in the idealistics of what Santa's group was preaching, because they had their own ideas and thought freely, and that wasn't okay. And it didn't add up, man. Nothing added up. You know, the AFC camp understood what was going on, and they did what they had to do. At a certain point, you got to call it. You got to call it what it is. And right now, this convoy shit is over. The only people that will ever succeed in this convoy movement are going to be the Canadians. I'm saying it right now. Mark my words. They're going to succeed. Canada will succeed. They will beat it. They will. Why? Because they have balls. Canada's got balls. When they said move, they said fuck you, and they had to trample them with horses and shoot them in the chest with pepper balls and rubber buckshot. You know what I'm saying? They had balls. God bless you guys up in Ottawa. I love you. I love you. You showed us what we were supposed to do, and TPC dropped the fucking ball. You dropped the ball, then you kicked it around a soccer field like a bunch of kids. Nothing. Nothing like I thought we were going down there for. I said it months ago when TPC screwed up. When Brian Brazzi went home the first time and I told y'all something was going on, and I said it and I exposed it, and all the other live streamers wanted to talk shit and be like, oh, he's anti-convoy, oh, he's trying to cause diversity. No, I was just trying to open up people's eyes because I'm a free-thinking person. I'm not going to drink the Kool-Aid. In fact, I didn't take very much from TPC at all. A couple meals.
I saw it too.
And a place to live stream from. But I didn't take gas receipts. I didn't do none of that shit. I helped out as much as I could possibly help out, and you guys all watched it. But I'm just saying, man, Canada will be the only ones to get the convoy thing off. That's it, man. Let's be real. Talk about it. All right? They started it. They know how to do it. God bless Tamara Lynch and Pat King.
Yeah.
Free them.
Yeah.
Free them. You know, that's what they should be doing. Protesting the arrest of those two. But God bless Canada. You guys had balls, man. And you put them right on the table in the middle of winter. God bless you. Times got rough over here. Everyone packed up. I don't know what to say, man. A lot of people got tricked. They got tricked down here in America. They fell for a trick. And they're still getting tricked, some of them. My message to whoever's left down there at Bunker Hill: get your ass out of there, man. Go home. Get organized. Take the knowledge you learned here and the knowledge you know what not to do with the convoy, with a group, with a movement. Take that knowledge home to your town and spread it like wildfire. Do not stop pounding that drum until every last person in your town knows who the fuck you are and knows what you're standing for. Explain to them in detail. Don't just say freedom. Explain to them the government mandates are illegal. Illegal. They are against our Constitution. We have the right of free choice, guys. Free choice. That's what we're protesting. We got away from that. Everybody's bullshit got in the way. Oh, he said, she said. This person's this person's that. Oh, he's a grifter. Oh, he's a drug addict. He's this. Man, you guys all got off topic, and look where we're at now. Everybody's going home.
Too much drama.
Yep, everybody's going home. Watch. Watch. A lot of people that are at 1776 are not happy right now. They're not. And they're not allowed to talk about it, or else they got to leave camp. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about why they can't talk about it. Why can't they talk about it, David? Why can't those people speak up against the place that they're supposedly supporting? I know somebody came on the other day and talked about the meth being smoked and done over there. Somebody else talked about the parties and all the drinking and drugs going on. We got known pedophiles in the group, right? We have homeless people. We have drug addicts, alcoholics. There should be AA meetings, right? If we're all about reform, why isn't there an AA meeting every night over there? Or an AA meeting? Or an NA meeting? Why aren't you guys throwing meetings? Because I suggested that. I suggested that. That's exactly what I suggested. If there's that big of a problem with all that going on over there, then you guys should be throwing meetings trying to help people. I suggested that. When I saw a lot of drinking, I started suggesting AA meetings. I suggested that people might want to take a little break, try to help people, talk to them. You know what I'm saying? This is the truth. The truth hurts. I was here from day 2 in Hagerstown. I've been down here. I know about that group. I know about that group.
I watched it myself.
No. AFC did have homeless people there too. Absolutely. You're right. And it was not intentional. What happened was TPC went down to DC and they brought a bunch of people back with them and left the next day. That's what happened. That's how we got Ralph and a bunch of other people from DC. Who was the other one? The chick who wouldn't leave.
To stay on New Jersey Turnpike.
I forgot her name too. We had another chick that wouldn't leave. We had to actually call the police and have her escorted off the property. These people took so much from TPC, they ended up with a trailer or a truckload of free items. These homeless people. They ended up with free items so much that they could not move their own camp anymore without help. So it's not like they didn't get anything out of it. You know what I'm saying? I love the individuals I spent time with down here. There was really good-hearted people. So don't take it the wrong way. I'm just saying that the movement that's left down in Bunker Hill is not going to accomplish anything. You need what was in the mall last night. You need that group. You need that amount of people, 700,000, 1 million people. You know how many people are in this country? That's a small fraction. That's still a small fraction. So you need that amount of people. You want the government to take you seriously, then everybody's got to get off their ass at the same time and do the same thing. And come out here and really support what's going on. And we all have to be on the same page, okay? We're not flying Nazi flags. We're not flying Proud Boy flags. We're flying people flags. The American flag. United States of America. The American flag. That's the only flag we should be flying. That's the only flag we're defending out here. It doesn't matter what group you're representing. You're a person just like every other person getting screwed in the ass right now. Everybody. The Democrats, the Republicans, the Conservatives, the Liberals, everybody. I'm just going to throw everybody out there, okay? I'm putting you all in the same category because everybody's getting screwed. everybody. It's just some people are getting screwed more than others. It depends what tax bracket you fall into. It depends on your demographic, where you live. All right? It depends on all that to how much you're getting screwed. Some people are getting an immense amount of support from the government. Some people are getting those government checks still. You know what I'm saying? I personally have not gotten any check from the government. The government wants money from me, from unemployment that they gave me years ago. They're still trying to get it. Why? No idea. They paid me, and they said they wanted it back. And they wouldn't give me a dime in support through this COVID relief. Not one dime. I asked one time. That's it. I'm not begging you for nothing. I'll go out there and I'll bust my ass like a hardworking American, and I'll make my own money like I always have. To this day, if I run short on money, I'll go back to work, even while I'm streaming. And I'm going back to work right now. I'm going back to a basement job I started 3 months ago. The guy that I'm working for is heavily supporting the convoy and the movement. So there's no worry about it. But this is it. This is it. I'm calling it. The convoy movement's over. All right? Whatever's left down there is not anything that I want to be a part of. Okay? They're letting sex offenders live amongst the kids. As long as it's supervised? Are you freaking kidding me? I got some supervision for you. It's 6 feet in the ground. That's where they should be supervised. And fuck your feelings if you have something like they can get reformed. There's no reform for them. The only pill that will reform a pedophile comes in the round of a 9mm or 45 caliber. That's how you fix that. Other than that, lock their ass up for the rest of their life for touching kids. I'm glad I'm not over there. We could have made that choice real quick for them. I don't like the fact that any of them get to walk and breathe the same air I breathe. Ever. Ever. You know what? I'm going to throw it out there. I love you live streamers. I love all of you guys, man. You guys are all fighting for the cause. I really have nothing bad to say about you. Unless you put my name in your mouth, then you can go screw yourself. But if you put my name in your mouth on your live and you're talking shit, I don't talk shit about anybody individually. I will say in a general conversation, maybe the live streamers over there did something or whatever. But in general, like, you know, the mistake of live streaming where you're going on the way there, that was a mistake. Everybody learned. They stopped doing it. They started doing blackouts. I mean, it was granted. That's good. I never said nothing bad about it. The way you guys handle yourselves, that's on a whole nother personal difference. You know, like, I don't know. I'm not going to go on a rant about another live streamer and make a whole stream about it and then retract it and pretend I didn't make it and not say sorry and all that crap. No, if I say something, that's it. Kiss my ass. I said it. So I don't have anything to say about any of the other guys over there, except for the fact that you right now have a conscious decision right now to either stay there and support what's going on or refuse to live stream that anymore, because if you refuse to live stream it, you obviously don't support what's going on. I wouldn't support pedophiles being in the midst of children. And number one, parents, I'm going to talk to the parents for a second. Let me talk to you. If you don't like the pedophiles being there and the pedophiles aren't being asked to leave, maybe that isn't the place for you and your children. I'm just going to throw it out there. I'm not going to make any personal judgments about you being there right now. I don't know your circumstance. But I want you to seriously contemplate the situation you're putting your children in. Okay? That's all I'm going to say. You guys all made your beds. You've all made them. You know what I'm saying? So that's it. That's all I got to say, man. I'm going home because of it. For a while, I was like, maybe I'll go to some of their events and just live stream from the outside. And then I was like, what am I going to cover that the other guys there aren't covering already? That's their job. That's their thunder. I don't want to steal nobody's thunder. That's how they eat, how they get their cup of coffee. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not trying to step on your shit. You got your backyard. Play in your backyard, dude. All you. You didn't come over to AFC and step on my shit. I'm cool with it. You know? But all in all, man, y'all got the same conscious decision I did. I made the decision. I'm not going to support that group. Way, way, way back when they just said they weren't going to support me. So I'm a freedom fighter just like they were. I don't know. We could have mashed out our differences maybe and talked, but when they didn't put it back on the table, when David didn't call me, Mr. AKA Santa, he never called me and manned up, shook my hand, said, I'm going to call you, we're going to work it out. Never did it.
He also told me
That's a bitch move.
that he was going to call me.
He also told Jen.
I gave him the actual.
I mean, it was on tape, man.
Yeah.
But that's it. I mean, once you do that kind of move to me, I don't trust you no more. You shake my hand as a man and give me your word. That's the only thing we got as men that they can't take from us is our word. That's how I grew up. You be a man of your word. You say something, you do it. That's why when I say we're going to the front of the gate, I don't care if they're going to shoot me with the water hose or someone's going to stab me. That's the rumors I heard. I still went. Why? Because I said I was going to do it. You know? I'm a man of my word. Always have been. Everything I said I was going to do, I did it. But I wanted to go home with at least me and Jen going to the Capitol steps and trying to get as close as we could, because everyone kept saying we couldn't get there. As a group, we couldn't get to that spot. I got there. I was able to walk up there. I was able to scream freedom on the steps of the Capitol building. Nobody tackled me and tased me. I wasn't thrown in a J6 cell. I didn't do nothing illegal. We weren't doing nothing illegal. We have a First Amendment right, man. And then we have a Second Amendment right to back it the fuck up. A well-formed militia. I mean, listen, man, I'm not saying what to do, but it's written in our Constitution, for Christ's sake. You know? I just wanted to prove that one single person, me or just a pair of us, me and Jen, can get to those Capitol steps. Why couldn't everybody else? Appalachian Flute in the freaking house. That's another one of my dudes, man, that I could rely on. That I could say when shit hits the fan, I call Chris up and that boy got my back. I know. Why? Because for the last 4 months, me and him have had each other's backs. Love the kid, man. We've been had in the room since like week 1. You know what I'm saying? Stryker, all these people having our back. This is what we keep. This is how we keep the family together. Each and every one of us that have been at these protests, that have been with this convoy, we now have a duty to go home and tell every single person we know and meet about it, and wake everybody up. That's what we have to do now. That's our job. I love you, Chris. I really do. I love you. I love the time we spent together, bro. You're really like a brother to me, man. You know, keeping each other freaking safe the entire time we knew each other. Love you, bro. It's sad to say that the next time I go to Hagerstown, I'm definitely hitting you up, dude. I hope you're still down there, or wherever the frig you are, let me know. And I'll always be there, bro. You know that. You know how I roll. So you know I always got your back, dude. Always. Chris is such a good-hearted kid. If you guys never had a chance to meet Appalachian Flute, I mean, you could bitch slap him in public and he would smile and be like, man, you didn't have to do all that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've never seen him mad. I've never seen him pissed off, dude. I've never, and he's had multiple opportunities, especially with me, to be pissed off about something, like, you know, some stupid thing I said or whatever. Like, I mean, I talked out the side of my neck a couple times in front of him, and he's had every opportunity to be like, Jay, what the hell are you talking about, bro? Chill out. But, you know, he was cool about it. All right, my phone's going to die with 5%. Let's hope to God it stays on, okay? Hold on. I'm really trying here, guys. I'm going to try, all right? I apologize. I just had to plug it in again.
Why did I was plugged in?
You know, Chris, I'm going to say it, man. This entire trip, and Chris is going to laugh. He's going to laugh his ass off. You ready? This entire trip, I was just trying to have a nice freaking day, man. Just trying to have a good day. And he'll know exactly what I'm talking about, man, because there have been days where I have woke up and I'm like, F this, I want to go home. I'm done. I'm tired of following this. I'm tired of doing this. We're banging our heads against the wall. I'm sick of it. Ask everybody I stayed with, man. There's been days where I lost my shit. And people have tried to calm me down, and they got me back in order, and they kept me together, because there was too much, man. There was so much pressure coming from the opposing side trying to shut us out and shut us down. There was other convoys, the leaders of other convoys trying to brainwash y'all and tell you that I was some bad entity in the group. Meanwhile, I was literally out there the entire time trying to motivate people and try to do what Appalachian Flute was saying and lift people up. You know what I'm saying? Like, everyone was like, oh man, you got so much energy, so much motivation, you must be on drugs. I am. I'm high on life, man. The people in this room, the people I've met and hung out with, you guys kept me fucked up. You guys all kept me high on life. I was happy as hell being there and doing this. I was happy to do this, and then there was times where I wanted to throw this damn phone into a lake. You know why? Because everyone made it difficult. You know, like, instead of coming together, there was a lot of division. Instead of the other streamers helping each other, it turned into a money grab. You know?
Plenty of times I wanted to go.
I wanted to go home so many times, man.
Yeah, me too.
So many times, but I'm trying to keep it real. I'm trying to keep it real with you guys and let you know that, yeah, there was plenty of times where I was like, this is a big freaking joke. It's turned into a big joke. And then what happened is, all of a sudden, some shit would happen where like 20, 30 trucks would show up, and you're like, wow, maybe it's coming back together. You know what I'm saying? And then there was, you know, when everybody realized now it ain't gaining momentum again, they start leaving again. You know, or they'd come down for the weekend and everything would blow up, and then they would go home. It was just disheartening, man, because I really, honestly, in my heart, really thought that we were going to make a huge difference with this. And ultimately, look at what we're looking at right now, guys. Look at what we're looking at right now. The people we need in office aren't getting in office. No one's being accountable for the responsibilities of what they've imposed on us over the last couple years. No one's taking any accountability for that in our government. Nothing is happening. Nothing we came down here to change changed. Those bills, they drove all the way out to Cali. They went to go change those bills from passing. They didn't do shit. Nothing happened. They got there late. They stuck around and tried to suck the last dollar out of every willing person in the convoy. You know what I'm saying? But let's just put it out on the table, man. What's down there still in Bunker Hill? What do you guys got? What do you guys got going on, man? You know, besides a weird vibe when you show up. Because that's all I get when everybody, all my supporters go down to 1776 compound or commune or whatever the hell you want to call it, all right, or the cult, okay, drinking the Kool-Aid. When everybody gets down there, there's a weird freaking vibe, an uneasy vibe. You don't feel right. It's an uncomfortable feeling. And that's what I'm saying, man. John Dickerson's been in the house and hanging out with the Jersey crew, you know? He knows what we're all about. John has seen us behind the scenes.
Yeah.
He's seen us running around helping out and doing stuff, man. It's not just hold the camera. You know what I'm saying? It's not, you know, Uncle Bill, all these people, man. Everyone's seen us behind the scenes. Most of the people in the chat. We try to get to you guys and see you and spend time with you. And we don't want to put the camera on 24/7. Why? Because my life isn't a freaking reality.
We would love to see everybody.
Exactly. Why are growing? Honestly, I honestly don't know what that means. Is that a question, statement? Tunnel vision. I know.
Are they asking where you're
I can't
going?
do nothing with strikers. Like what?
Are
I
they
can't do
saying
nothing
where
about.
you're going?
Maybe. I can't do nothing about the screen, guys. My phone is the right distance away from the glass of the windshield where it makes it like weird.
What's your battery now?
My battery hopefully is over
Going
5.
up?
Yep, we're going up.
All right.
Thank God. Yeah, the humidity level outside is like 165%, I think I saw. I don't know if that's a real number. Obviously not, but it's really thick to the point where I have the AC pumping
It's
in the
chilly
car,
here.
and I'm sweating.
I got goosebumps all over me.
I don't know how.
I keep turning off the AC and he keeps putting it back on.
I'm sweating. I'm on fire right now. Because literally, I'm just going to try to give you guys the insight that I had and like my feelings about things. Because every time I told my feelings about shit, everybody bashed me. Everybody talked all this shit about, oh, he's trying to cause division. No, I'm not. I'm trying to just send you home right, man. Just call it.
Striker. We got
Just
49
call it.
more minutes.
You know, just call it for what it is, man. I'm just saying, man, it's it. DC was awesome, Appalachian Blue. I wish the entire convoy did what we did today. Everybody could have parked at a garage or something, took the metro in, right? Brought your backpack, put all your flags and everything in the backpack, snuck on in there, and then boom, unleashed fury, unleashed everything, all your bent up aggression, right? Just started doing everything we were supposed to. Exposed the public to what we were. But get down there and expose them. You know, make a statement. Come down there with 100,000 people. I mean, that's what we need. The amount of people that were suffocating the mall in front of the Washington Monument, in front of the Capitol, all right? Those amount of people is what we need. That right there. If you want anything effectively to happen in this country, all the patriots that are right now busting their ass to feed their families, right? Because they're being choked out by the government. They do not have the funds, the resources, or the time and fuel to leave their families at home and come down here in one big mass. What's going to end up having to happen is we are all going to have to assemble in our towns and our counties first. We have to all get together and start a quote-unquote group, okay? A social gathering amongst fellow patriots. That's what I'm going to call it to avoid any kind of discrepancy and wording. I know y'all are going to reword that because it's exactly what I'm talking about, but I'm not saying it. We're going to have to assemble in our own communities. The real die-hard patriots. We're not going to go on Facebook and blab it all over the place. When it's time to do it, we're going to do it. I'm hoping to God everybody gets the message. Share this. But let everybody know. When it's time to go, nobody's going to talk about it. It's going to happen. It's going to happen in order for this nation to change. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm going to come out for. I'm not coming out for any more of this driving down the damn Beltway. Or let's go pitch tents on Black Lives Matter road. You know what I'm saying? None of that. I'm not doing none of it. I'm going to come out when it's time. Until then, we're going to be prepping. And we're going to be doing survivalist videos, bushcraft videos. We're going to be teaching you guys how to make yourself self-reliant. Okay? Off the grid. We're going to teach you guys how to live on like we just did. If you need to pack up and move your family on the road to get away from an inner city violent area, or to get yourself up in the country where your rest of your family is, we can tell you how to effectively do that. Christine, that is an incredible coincidence because I never wanted to fucking be there in the first place. Ever. Why would I want to hang out with a bunch of pedophiles and people that call themselves Santa?
I just can't even believe so.
All right. So, Appalachian Flu, you ever want to collab? I'm thinking about doing about a 2-week survival challenge in the woods. If you want to do that with me, dude, I want to straight bushcraft everything. All we bring is like a sleeping bag and a knife. That's it. You know what? Even screw the sleeping bag. We bring one item. That's it. I say we just do that one time, dude. Me and you, we collab on a video. We go up in the woods, dude, and we just bam. Strikers on the ball, dude. Hey, listen, they're not really trolls. They're just speaking their opinion, you know? And really, their opinion is that I'm not welcome there. But the facts, yeah, that's all right. What is this? What, I usually don't agree with your rants, but this one, okay. All right, Tennessee. Hey, listen, welcome to the club. I appreciate you being here. Thank you so much for the comment. Taking in front of Daniel. That's awesome, dude. Yeah, man, Appalachian Flu, there was so much fun to be had on this trip, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I'm gonna shy away from the naked and afraid. I think Appalachian, if anything, it would be more like a dual survival situation. I'd be like Dave, and Appalachian Flu would be like Cody. You know what I'm saying? Cody's running around barefoot. Dave's out there with like a machete and like, you know, fully clothed with, you know, a bug net on and shit. I know, Appalachian Flute literally was almost on Naked and Afraid. That wouldn't be an option for me. I don't do the naked in the woods. You know, if I was thrown into that situation and it was a survival situation and I lost all my clothes in the river or some shit, I don't know. But yeah, it'd be like total survival, you know, like, absolutely. Yeah, Stryker, he was seriously almost not naked and afraid. That would have been sick, dude. I would have loved to see you, like, really stretch those survival skills out there. Fantasy Island. We've been had, man, you know, listen, everyone's got to have a dream in life, you know what I'm saying? I think Santa's was to have his own thing, like his own following, you know what I'm saying? It's a very religious following, a very cult-like feeling. And I'm just saying that from experience because I went down to this place called the Yellow Deli. This is my experience and my point of view, all right? This is the way I'm looking at it. But I had an experience with a cult-like group, all right, called the Yellow Deli down in, I think it was Vermont. Yeah, it was in Vermont. I went in there. And listen, it was a little weird. It was their way of living, okay? It was weird to me, but it was their way of living. And I didn't really agree with some of the things that you had to do for that community to live there. And, you know, a lot of them are in line almost with the same aspects that Santa's preaching.
Yeah.
You know, swear allegiance to us. And, you know, you got to, you know, do what you got to do to be here. Which is cool, man. I think everybody should participate in the community.
And that's it.
But what are you calling that group you got? The Restoration Movement? It's not a movement. It's not moving anything. No politician is they sneeze when they think it. They're like, oh, Santa. And then that's it. And then they blow their nose and they're done with it. They don't think of you. You haven't made an impact to where they're losing sleep about this convoy. That's what we need. We need them to be like, holy shit, there's 700,000 people out in front of the freaking Washington Monument right now screaming freedom. That's what we need. We don't need to get wind that they shut the road down and all of a sudden now you can't drive your car down. What happened to your legs? Good old-fashioned foot power, baby. Got my ass around. I took that metro. Even if they closed the metro, you could walk across the bridge. They cannot restrict your right to free movement. They can't. It's unconstitutional. It's unconstitutional to do what they're doing right now and putting that fence around the Capitol building and keeping you out of SCOTUS and shit like that. That's all unconstitutional. Everybody home should be mad about that. Just because it doesn't affect you, bless you by the way, sorry. But just because it doesn't affect you personally, because you don't plan on going into the Capitol and looking around, I would like to show my son, you know, the American traditions and the things that happened in that building. I'd like to show him that history. I'm not allowed to walk in there. I can't bring my son up there to show him that. Unless I get an appointment and then we get a guided tour. But we can't just go walk and sit on the lawn over there. You know what I'm saying? We can't have a history taught by me through the building. I want to do that with my kid. I think everyone as an American has the damn right to do it too. It was your tax dollars that keep that building maintained, that put money in those people's pockets who work in that building. It's all yours. That's us. The people. We the people. Wake the fuck up. Just saying, man. That's why I joked with the people over there today. That's right, Appalachian Flute. They should be mad. Look what we just did. We did all this for months, right? For what? They're not thinking about us today when they go to sleep. Those politicians don't give a shit. They're celebrating that $1 million they just made off the idiots who take the V word. That's what they're celebrating. They're not thinking of us. They're not thinking of the little boy, the little guys they're squishing. They're stepping on their way to the top. They're not caring about us, man. The blue collar, white collar guys. I mean, you're talking about the 1% running the world. And we're stuck fighting to live. Everyone should be pissed off. Not just when it finally affects you, okay? Or your wife finally has to make that call where she's going to get the V word or not, or lose her job. It shouldn't come down to that. It should come down to that first conversation you have at the kitchen table where you go, what do you think we should do? You're all in or you're all out right there and then. That's it. Can't be on the fence about it. It's either you get it or you don't. Either you bought the Kool-Aid or you didn't. Either you had to pull the trigger to save your family and your right to live in this country, right? They made you make a choice. They made you make it get it. They had to make you get it, right? They couldn't say you could still work in this hospital, or you could still work in this medical office, or this x-ray shop. They didn't say you could still work there without that thing, right? You were mandated to get it. Those mandates are against your constitutional rights. I preached about it 2 years ago on stage at a rally for small business, no less. When my business started tanking and went down the tubes because of the C word, I stood up and I started saying something 2 years ago. I didn't just jump on this bandwagon or this live stream thing. I've been making videos a long time about it, but they pulled all my videos. They took my Facebook away. They put me in Facebook jail so much and deterred me so much that I actually shut up for about 1.5 years till I came back out here. And I figured out another way to get my message across. I adapted and overcame what YouTube threw in front of me. Now we can speak about things and use code. Are they going to pull the video? They're going to hit me with medical misinformation later on? Maybe. But you know what? Fuck you, YouTube. I'm tired of it. It's all control. It's all control. It's putting that muzzle on my mouth so I don't talk bad about it. And it's bullshit. And more of you should speak up about it. They're controlling social media. They're controlling the mainstream media. They're controlling your bank accounts. They're making you think that that prices are not changing. They are. The inflation rates are crazy. Watch SP1, Southern Prepper 1 on YouTube. Watch his videos on the inflation rate and what's going on in the country right now. That guy has a lot of knowledge. I've been following him for a while. Watch Southern Prepper 1. That man will tell you the exact numbers, the exact percentages that have changed, what the GOP, everything. He'll tell you every number that's changed. He'll tell you exactly what you should be looking out for right now. How to handle yourself out there in a survival situation, a prepping situation. This guy has a vast amount of knowledge and some money to back it up. So, Southern Prepper 1 on YouTube. Right now, go over there, tell him Jersey J sent you. Definitely a guy with vast amount of knowledge on what's going on with the economy right now. He's been paying attention to our national debt. All right, he's been paying attention to our inflation rates going up, the highest inflation rates in our history. And look back 2 years ago, what happened? We had way different prices on stuff, guys. Way different prices. If the fact that you are emptying your pockets to go and fill up your car just to go to work hasn't slapped you in the face with reality yet, I don't know what's gonna. I'm not sure. And Kim, yo, I am so happy you're in the field you're in because you're such a kind-hearted person and you found your niche, let me tell you. You did good, man. And I'm glad you can still keep that. And I apologize to anybody who has the V word, who had to get it. And I'm not coming after you, man. I think it's everybody's choice. I support your choice. But don't jam your damn choice down my throat. I will not accept your new reality. I won't. I won't accept this. I was grown up with honor and discipline and respect, and to look at things with an open eye, like with open eyes, like try to really take things in for what they are, to listen to everything, all different points of view. And that's what I did here. I defended the people that I thought should have been defended at the time. I did. I tried to defend the people that I thought needed defending. Why? Because I had a strong voice in here and I tried to do something with it. Because you guys were all getting misdirected, man. There were straight up troll channels that were sending people into our sites to disrupt the chat, to make people unmotivated with our movement. And like, really, that's a real thing, man. I'm not just making fun of trolls. Like, and not everybody's a troll. Some people really did get blocked on my channel on accident. They threw their opinion out there. I had some rogue mods, and the mods got rid of them because they knew how strict I was. I don't want to create controversy. We're here to end the controversy, to open the conversation on how to fix the country. We're not here to sit around and fucking sing karaoke and drink beers and smoke fucking meth. I didn't come down here to party. I hung out and drank maybe 2 times the entire 3 months we've been down here. I cut loose 2 times. 2 times, that was it. And you guys saw me acting an ass. That's why I don't cut loose. All right? I know my limits, and I don't like drinking. I don't party with drugs. I sure as shit don't do meth. I swear on my child, have him die right now in whatever situation he's in. Honestly, 100% wholeheartedly, God strike him dead right now if I'm lying. That's how honest I am about it. Never touched the shit in my entire life. Did I have an issue with other stuff back in the day? I partied back in the day. Hell yeah. Am I ashamed of it? Nope. I did what I did. I manned up. I'm telling you, I did what I did. I got the right help for what I needed to do, and I don't do it no more. You know what I'm saying? Everybody can change. Everybody but pedophiles, they got that mental disorder. Okay? I am going to throw that in there. They have a
In 2
mental
miles, use the right 2
disorder.
lanes to take exit 11
a
to Garden
psychological
State Parkway.
disorder, what makes touching little kids okay. That's a psychological disorder, and there's only one cure for it. And I told you, it comes in a caliber, not a pill. I don't give a shit what you think about it. Atta girl, Kim Yo, standing up for her rights. Didn't get the V, still has her job. Still got hired. Atta girl. And you know what? God bless the company who hired you and went against the CDC recommendations. Because that's all it ever was, guys. All it ever was were recommendations by the CDC. The CDC has nothing to do with the distribution of that V word. They shouldn't have anything to do with calling out or that F word, Dr. F idiot ouchie. You know what I'm saying? He has nothing to do with recommending what should be going in our bodies. Nothing. He has too many associations with profiting off of it. He should have never been on the table for helping us. Ever. Ever. He's not a doctor in virology? Yeah,
In half a
virology.
mile, use the right 2
He's not- he
lanes
doesn't
to
know
take
anything
exit
about
11 to Garden
viruses.
State Parkway.
All he knows is what his team tells him. Doesn't do any of his own research. He has to spend 90% of his time trying to defend the bullshit that comes out of his mouth. That's all he does. He won't answer a damn question in Senate or on
Use
the
right 2
table,
lanes
on the
to take
floor.
exit 11.
All of our senators putting him on the table and asking him questions. He won't say a damn thing. He refuses to answer. And guess what? Pfizer's got less than 24 hours to come out with whatever they put in that V word. And if they don't, I think the rest of America should demand it. Get your ass down to the headquarters of Pfizer and demand the fucking answers that you should need. That's what you need before anybody puts that V word in their body ever again. Make
In
them
a
give you
quarter
the
mile,
answers.
Keep right at the fork. Follow signs for Garden State Parkway.
That's what should have happened from day one. Why are we being refused these answers? That's all the American public wants to know. What's in the V word? Tell us. Why is it such a flippin' secret? Why is it a secret? You know why it's a secret? There's only one reason it could be, guys. It's because they know it hurts you. They know that developing a
Keep
vaccine
right at the fork.
takes 40 plus years. How the hell are you going to have a virus come up with a vaccine in a matter of a couple months and then say, or a year or two, and then say that it's efficient? Meanwhile, people are being affected by it. It's obvious, and no one wants to say it. How many hundreds of thousands of people need to die from this before we figure it out and before we realize they're sterilizing our population? Are our kids going to be able to have children in 20 years? Are they? How do you know? Are you a scientist? Are you a botanist or a biologist? Sorry. Are you? The normal layman at home running a 9-to-5 construction job. Did you go to school for 20 years to study virology and how viruses act and adapt and change and mutate? Did you do it? Because if not, we're left to trust the people that we grew up being told to trust. And if it comes out that Pfizer has been injecting people with dangerous things, I think that people should absolutely 100% be absolutely pissed off and do something about it. Do something about it. Get out and do something about it. Don't get on Facebook and say, oh my God, I can't believe I inject myself with HIV. Or whatever the case may be, whatever they're saying is in it. Because that's an actual possibility, folks. That's an actual possibility. That the virus that was killing everybody in the 80s is back. And it's purposely being broadcasted and injected into the public. Imagine if you wake up and that list of ingredients comes out by Pfizer and you guys see what's in it and it blows your mind, because some of it's been leaked already. And people like me and Stryker and us, we all know. You guys don't want to read the paperwork. You know what I'm saying? You guys would rather us read it to you on the live stream or something, but there are so many leaked reports and documents that you can look up for yourself, that you have to read through 200 pages, maybe more. They're like 800,000 page documents. Who has time to read through it? Well, somebody does, and they sit there and they put the cliff notes up of it. So you can see all this for yourself. They better disclose it, or we should demand the answers. Demand the answers. The courts will see it. They should pass that right down to the public. It should be public knowledge. If my arrest record is public knowledge, then that Pfizer report should go on. I know, Kim, and you know what? It's like a drug addict, okay? They're never going to stop doing drugs on their own or with your help. They have to do it on their own. A drug addict is going to sit there and smoke meth or smoke rock or snort coke or do heroin. They're going to do that until their body gives out and they have a life-altering experience like jail, institution, or death. That's it. That's when they'll wake up. Spiritual awakening, something like that. They're never going to just wake up because you want them to. That's never going to happen. It's the same with the people out there still believe in the hype, guys. It's the same with those people. You're not going to wake them up. We want to. We really believe that we can do it. But we can't. And you have to accept that you can't change people. You can't change everybody. You can help them understand, but you can't change people and their thought process, the way they think. I had so many people try to change my channel. They're trying to change me in the way I roll on my channel. This is me, 100% authentic. I don't change for you guys. If you see me outside at a rally, anything like that, I don't change. I'm the same damn person. I'm out there, bro. I think different, all right? I do. But I'm not going to change for nobody. I'm from New Jersey. This is my mentality, all right? This is how I talk. I swear sometimes I get amped up. I got a lot of energy. I bust my goddamn ass for a living. That's what I do. This last 3 months, I didn't feel normal running around with a camera telling people telling me I'm working, live streaming. I never wanted to accept that. I never gonna. Is it? Is it work? Yeah, it's work. You got to do a lot, man. You got to keep up with everything. You got to run around, get the action. You got to be in the right spot at the right time. You know what I'm saying? You got to keep up to date with what everybody's saying, where the next movement's going to be, the next rally, all that shit. Red Squirrel's in the house. Just throwing it out there.
Hey, Red Squirrel.
But in reality, man, I don't consider live streaming a freaking job, okay? Swinging my hammer, building a basement, making a beautiful bathroom for a customer, that's a job. That's my job. That's what I do good. That's what I've been doing for the last 25 years, and I've been kicking ass at it. I got no problem finding work in Jersey. And you know what they say in this industry, in the construction industry? If you can get work in the tri-state, New York, New Jersey, PA, if I've had jobs, multi-million-dollar jobs that I've been superintendent on in New York City on Madison and 5th, okay? And on the FedEx right there, I remodeled it for another company. If you can work in New York, you can make it anywhere. That's what they say in the construction industry. If you can make it in New York City, you can make it anywhere in the country. And you know why? It's because my work ethic and my motivation. I'm highly motivated. My job is to get the job done and to make it look good while I'm doing it. So I have no problem getting work. I'm so motivated that people hire me on the road. I've been hired in Maryland. I got people in Tennessee. I got Rob and his mom want me to come down there in Maryland again. I got Stryker wants me to come down. I got all these people I've met.
Family we just met.
Yeah, and like Jen's new family in PA. I mean, I can go all over the country and get a job, no problem. All somebody has to see me do is load the back of my car with groceries and they'll see how hard of a worker I am. I don't have to worry about that. You know, my character's not on trial here. I know who I am and what I can do. I tried to do something different for the country and come out here, and I wanted to show you guys exactly what it looked like from a supporter's point of view. And that's what I did. That's what I tried to accomplish. So, you know, the other things that spawned out of it were just coincidence. I never intended on being a live streamer. I intended on coming down here and being a supporter, and then showing everyone that I knew what I was doing. And we started out on Facebook. I started live streaming on Facebook with the help of the 420 company. He restreamed me on YouTube, and then he got me enough subs on YouTube to where I can go live with StreamYard. I did that for about 2 days and had myself over 1,000 subs. Fry TV popped up, smacked the crap out of me with like another 2,500 subs. And then, you know, people like Tommy Temper, Steven Seagal, Let Freedom Ring, all these other restreamers, man, they keep the word out there. You guys keep me rolling, you know? And then I got people like you that are still in the room. All the people in my chat, all the guys that are still here, the girls that are still here, the freedom fighters that did not give up on me. You know what I'm saying? But, what is that term? Oh shit. But yeah, I mean, like even Red Squirrel, man. I mean, I met some awesome people. We had a great time in Gatlinburg. Like, yeah. I mean, I can't tell you the amount of things that me and Jennifer were allowed to see, like during this trip, thanks to the movement itself. I mean, every time like something would break up and people would have to disperse places, me and Jen went out and we didn't just sit idle somewhere. We went out, we brought flags down to Gatlinburg, and we passed out pamphlets and tried to tell people about the movement and tell them to catch our live streams and things like that. That's awesome. You're working? Nice, Red Squirrel. We're going back to Jersey, dude. That's it, man.
I'll be home in 24 minutes.
There's nothing left down in the DC area that I'm willing to put my name on anymore.
No.
So.
It's not my thing.
You know, and that's it. And until something significant comes out and decides that they're gonna really lead a movement that's gonna start what we really need to happen.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'll definitely be involved in that, but
yeah.
I will not be any part if
pedophiles
are still involved in any of it.
And remember, when you hang with shit, you smell like shit. So I love all y'all down there at 1776, man, except for the organizers. I don't know what the hell y'all are smoking, but y'all are messed up. The organizers have no idea what's going on, really. I wouldn't follow them into battle at all. I'd never follow those people into battle. That's an unorganized, dysfunctional group of people right there. That organization is falling apart. It's fast, too. I think people are starting to realize it, and they're peeling out. They're leaving. Watch tomorrow. Watch, there's going to be a lot less people there. They're going to leave tonight. Watch. I'm telling you, man, it's a smart move. It's a smart move. If you have kids there and they're not getting rid of the pedophiles, you're going to look like shit tomorrow morning if you didn't leave. I'm letting you know now. I'm letting you get the benefit of the doubt that maybe you're stuck in a position where you can't leave. But I would suggest that 1776 pays your money to go get gas to go home, and you peel out before they run dry. Because pretty soon they're not going to have any funding left. They're going to rent that parking lot until there's snow outside, and they're going to drive around and park on roads, and that's it. That's all I see, man.
I don't really have anything else to say.
That's
except
it.
If I had a child, there's no damn way in hell I would have my child anywhere near those.
I didn't bring my kid nowhere near that group. Just by pure fact that I know. I knew a bunch of the people there, and I heard a lot of rumors, and I'm not throwing rumors out there at all. But we heard a lot of rumors about someone that got hurt and possibly assaulted in a bad way.
Yep.
And that's all I'm leaving it at.
Yep.
That happened to somebody on their way back from Cali. I don't know. That was a rumor. But that's one of those main things that kept me from going anywhere near the group.
Definitely me as well.
Before they ever came back.
Yep.
Before they ever came back. You know, Monica, it shouldn't be that way. They shouldn't even have a chance to breathe after they've been exposed as a pedophile. They should be publicly hung by the one thing that got them in trouble. I say hang them till it turns purple and falls off. You know what I'm saying? There's only one cure for that.
It's not even just a pedophile. Any type of sexual assault or any type of thing like that. No way.
I'm saying for children in general.
Children, yeah, I get
Yeah,
that.
but for any woman or a guy.
Yeah.
You know, because there's a lot of guys out there that have been sexually molested and hurt, and they're too scared to come out and say it. My friend Clark, right? All right, so I'm going to tell you guys a little story. I was locked up one time for my DUI, right? And I'm in jail with a man named Clark Fredericks. Shout out to Clark Fredericks and what he's done for the movement of people that were molested and were scared to talk about it. All right, this man went to a camp, okay, like a camp where kids go over the summer, all right, a summer camp or something like that, a Boy Scout camp.
Yeah.
Okay, so Clark went to this camp. There was a camp scout leader there, okay, and he would take these kids and he'd give them pet names, and he'd take them into these cabins and all these other places or whatever, and he'd have them perform sexual acts on them. All right,
Yeah.
so Clark's at this is his story. I spent some time with him, man, and he's a great guy. Awesome person. Keep this in mind, because what I'm about to tell you is going to blow your fucking mind. So Clark's in a store one time, a little deli or something like that, and he hears the pet name that this man called him 30 years before, 40 years before, whatever it is. Okay? So he hears the name. He looks over. It's the guy. It's the guy who raped him and sexually assaulted him when he was a child. And he's holding a little kid's hand, calling him the pet name. All right? So Clark, at this point, the guy holding the kid's hand is a sheriff's officer. Ex-sheriff's officer. Okay? So Clark notices, right? That triggers some shit in Clark's head. A mental breakdown for Clark. Okay? Mark had a mental fucking breakdown. I love you, Clark Fredericks, by the way. He has an awesome story. He's a motivational speaker. You guys got to check out his Facebook. But Clark, and tell him I told you. Okay? He's not going to know who the hell Jersey J is, but he'll know my real name. But Clark got upset, ended up following this guy, went back to his house, waited till whenever, went in, and he stabbed the shit out of that pedophile. He stabbed him so many times that his soul was stabbed. That even if the devil tried to take it, it was in fucking pieces. Clark stabbed the shit out of that man in his own home. Thank God he did that. He eradicated a piece of garbage off the face of the earth. Thank you, Clark. Thank you for manning up and doing something that little boy's father probably wanted to do after he found out that a pedophile had his kid out in public. Thank you, Clark. But Clark ended up being with me. He was in there for a good 5, 6, 7 years until they deemed it. It was a justified case. He had a psychological breakdown and lost his shit, as anybody should if they ever saw their attacker in public like that. I think anybody, if you had that second chance, don't ever throw it away. Take that motherfucker out. That's what I'm saying. It was a justified kill. Ex-sheriff's officer or not. He was an ex-sheriff's officer. I know for a fact because I have friends in the jail they're in. They were officers. Those officers in there didn't care that he killed one of their own because it was absolutely bona fide, justified. The guy was a disgusting piece of garbage pedo. He was, and everyone knew it. And the truth came out, and he was an absolutely. They knew it. So that was it. Clark did the thing that everybody says they're going to do. But look out, Clark Fredericks, because he actually, what I was getting at is, he started a movement after he got out of jail. He started a whole movement where he goes around to colleges and schools and hospitals and rehabs and things like that. And he's a reformed man. He used to get high and drunk all the time, and that man hasn't touched alcohol or drugs in years. God bless you, Clark. Seriously.
He actually had a reason for it.
Yep. God bless you, Clark. I spent a lot of time with that guy. He's a smart man. And you know what? You can't judge a book by its cover, because if you want to put him in the category as a murderer who killed a cop, you can't, because the cop was a pedo. So you can't even do that. So all the people, he had a lot of respect in jail, man. A lot. He had a lot of respect in jail, as he should. You know, because he took out a piece of shit. Cop, pedo, whatever you want to call it. A guy who took the oath and then touched little children. He should have died twice. They should have kept him alive just a little bit, just to shock his ass back to life, so to kill him again.
They're gonna cause major accidents.
Someone's gonna get hurt up here.
This is gonna get bad.
Yeah. We'll just keep you guys rolling, because we're in Jersey traffic now, and it's a bitch.
No, someone's gonna come flying up this.
So shout out to Clark Fredericks, man. You really did something that a lot of people can't get away with. And you didn't get a life sentence. You got 7 years in a county jail. God bless you. 6 years maybe, I think. So here's the deal, guys. We are basically in range of where we're going to be tonight. So I'm done with my rant. I think I said everything that needed to be said over the last 3 months. If you are wholeheartedly Team 1776, then you're going to feel like an asshole in a week or two when they disband. So I'm just saying right now, if you hang with shit, you're going to smell like shit. And if you're going to hang around a bunch of pedophiles, you're going to look like pedo supporters. So make the conscious decision. If you got children there, get rid of them. Get the kids out. All right? Or get the pedophiles out, and maybe your group won't have so much hot press on it all the time. You know, keep your backyard clean, man. That's all I got to say.
I'm not letting not one more car in this line.
That's
I'm
it,
sick
Jen.
of them cutting everybody
Tell
off.
them. Tell them, baby. That's it. All right, guys, listen. For the convoys, for the movement, as of right now, Jersey Jen and I are officially done with that bullshit.
Yes, we are.
Okay? Unless you guys all want to assemble. If everybody gets on my chat, you get like 10,000 people in my chat and say, we will all show up somewhere. I'll be there. All right? Don't come at me with this. I got 24 trucks and 3 pickups and 2 cars and 6 kids on a bike, and we want to throw a rally. I love y'all, man. I like you trying all that stuff, but that's it, man.
We'll be back every so
That's
often.
it.
We can't
I'm not
do an
saying
everyday thing.
it's not all the way over, guys. I'm hoping that this movement was the spark that lit the fuse. All right? And now we see how not to do it. All right? Now we see how not to do it. So let's do it right next time. As of right now, though, party's over, guys. That's it. We're all going home. I'm sure other streamers will be making their way soon. I hope so, if you guys have any sense. To people like Ags, I'm sure I'll see Polish at some other events. I'm sure I'll see Soup Mama and Chris.
Yeah.
I'm sure I'll run into Frankie Bobby out there in the Philly, Jersey area, probably Maryland.
See Robin, his parents.
You know, Rob and his parents down there, Stryker. We're gonna go see Mona. We're gonna see everybody.
We're gonna try to see everyone again at some point.
But the movement for us guys has took a turn that we're not willing to go follow anymore.
Let's go.
So that's it. John Dickerson, I will keep that in mind. Make sure you stay in contact, John. You got our number.
We'll see Uncle Bill and Charles. We'll definitely be going to see him at some point. He's not even that far from us.
Yeah, so guys, on that note, we're signing off. That's it. Our last transmission here for the convoy. Anything else after this, guys, is going to be, you know, historical tours, bushcrafting, survival, prepping, you know, nature hikes.
We'll take you to the
Fireman's Convention. If there are rallies and things like that that are significant, absolutely, I will be, you're funny, Stryker. I absolutely will be reaching out to you guys to let you know that we're doing it. But John Dickerson, hit me up with the email, and you'll be at the top of the list to get my number too. All right, brother. I love you, John.
Love you guys.
Love everybody in the room. You guys have been absolutely amazing the last 3 months.
Yes, thank you guys so much.
Thank you for the support. Thank you for everything you do. And I am not giving up on freedom. Keep in mind, I'll be out here educating people on what's going on. I do have a smart ass mouth, and I'm not afraid to tell people wearing masks that they're screwing up. But I'll be trolling them. Hopefully I can make a video one day that'll reach Joe Biden's ears. That'll be great. Thank you, Monica, for sticking by me. Thank you all for sticking by the Jersey J freedom fighters here. And we hope to see you guys out there at the next thing. All right. So on that note, I think that's it. We love you guys.
We love you.
We'll pray for each and every one of you to eventually get the freedom that we so desperately need back in our country.
And if you guys want to talk, you can always email.
Absolutely. Send me an email, jerseyj2022@gmail.com. Throw up the horn on a stick for freedom. He's buried in the back right now. He's a little screwed up. But we'll be retiring horn on a stick until the next freedom event that's significant enough to honk that guy into the war battle. So I love you guys.
Love you guys.
I hope to see you soon. And never, ever, ever give up. Never give up.